his ball above all.
First person to go, I guess, would be me. So I'll pull the first topic out of the basketball, and let's see what we have. Okay, I think this is a good one. Where does Vince Carter rank with top Raptors or Raptors overall? I'll let my buddy Chris kind of lead off with this, and
Tough one.
we'll start the timer now.
Tough one. Does he get his jersey retired? Yeah, it's a very, very tough one. I think about overall his body of his career, he was a fantastic player, but during his time with the Raptors, it ended so poorly. It's hard to really see him in such a good light. I know a lot of the Raptors fans probably still hungover and recovering from it right now. So the overall body of work of Vince Carter is definitely Hall of Fame, but for me, the Raptors period, the first thing I think about in Vince Carter in a Raptors jersey would be his Game 7 shot in Philadelphia. Flew to North Carolina to accept his education, and that kind of just signifies his whole time with the Raptors. So for me, maybe 4th or 5th all-time Raptors. I would say.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No.
Man, this is tough for me.
Loaded.
Because, that was an age for me when I'm just starting to watch basketball. Raptors game, not a lot of those other games are televised in Canada and stuff. Raptors games are the main games that are on TV. So this is someone that I really looked up to. It might have been the only basketball player I was watching at the time. At the end, man, like you said, it was just tough to see him go like that. I wish that it was more of a better ending. But I feel like I shouldn't be emotional about that stuff.
You should.
I feel like I shouldn't be emotional about that stuff and not make that be the deciding factor on where he ranks. But I'm not gonna lie, man. Even if I take that out, I still think that there's been more successful Raptors than him outside of that. So, he's either 3 or 4. I think he's either 3, and that's outside of me being emotional about how he left. So.
All right, Riff.
Yeah. So here's what I'll say. To both Nell and Chris's points, it's a very bittersweet relationship we have. Vince tugs on the heartstrings. He had us, and if you were in the city at the time, you mentioned you were young. Vince was heavily on the downtown scene too. So he became like a off the court type of personality for the city as well. So there's a lot of love for him there. But I digress. Vince wasn't at his best, or he didn't play his best ball as a Raptor. So that's a strike against him for me. Because when he went to New Jersey, he went bonkers. Mm-hmm. Not to mention the game-winning, you know what I mean? The man folded his arms out on us. That was crazy. Now in a Raptor uniform, you have the dunk off, epic. There's a lot of things. So long story short, Vince was the most electric. He was the most he garnered the most attention and the most fanship and all that type of stuff. He did a lot for the city, but in terms of accomplishments, the emotional attachment to the Raptors and stuff, I'm gonna put him probably 3rd, I would say. I gotta give honorable mention to DeMar. And it's arguable for me if Larry's the best Raptor of all time, but I may have to give it to him because he came up from the trenches with us to a championship as our point guard, as our heart and our kind of a.
Here's where I'm gonna get you, man.
Yeah.
You're putting him over Bosch.
Who, Vince?
Yeah.
That's why
I'm putting Vince over Bosch.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, Bosch was a 2010 guy in Toronto. I don't want to erase that.
It's not just 2010, man.
What else was it?
It was multiple playoff appearances.
For sure.
Leading
and why I hit 4th or 5th for me as well is I see Freddie as someone who's going to rise probably above him quite easily as well.
Can't be too premature with
Well, I'm getting a little premature.
I hear what you're saying.
But
I hear what you're saying.
You just said the record.
The man just set a record.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I
He
think
did,
in 5
he
years
did.
we're going to be talking about Freddie in that top two.
So let me give my quick spin
And he's
on it.
loyal.
Yeah.
Let me give my quick spin, and I'm gonna take completely different approach than you guys. And you guys know me personally. Maybe the people don't know. I'm not a Raptors fan. That's number one. And I said it. So at the end of the day, where I look at it, I put Vince number one for me overall, and I'll tell you why. I heard everything you guys said. Credit to it. But at the end of the day, I guess we would have to go back and look at the numbers. Obviously, DeMar and Kyle Lowry, etc., are gonna beat him points-wise because they've been here longer. So to me, the way I look at it is I look at impact to a franchise. And I say, Vince coming here during the time that he was here when I was a fan, like you said, you made some good points there. He took the city to another level in terms of the actual game itself. I don't think we can ever duplicate that again. So anybody coming after him is just somebody that is basically following his footsteps, trying to level it up because time changes, things evolve, that's the way it goes. Kobe said in his documentary, R.I.P. to the late great,
Rest in peace.
Kobe said in his documentary, do not compare me to Jordan because I'm a product of that. How can I be better than the product of something that I studied and learned
Kobe
from?
said that?
He said it came out of his
Whoa.
mouth.
Yeah,
Do not
he did.
compare me
Wow.
to that. So I take that standpoint as I believe Vince did something here that we can never take back. Okay, granted, the ending part of it, but if you actually go back and watch the documentary, he talked about the fact, and we're talking on a business standpoint, the Raptors started to go a different direction. They started because he was always hurt. They started saying, you know what, we're gonna go more of the Bosch direction. And he said these little things that he would look at, he started to realize, you know what, okay, maybe he took the crappy way out and he stopped playing and he stopped dunking and stuff like that. But
That's
at the end
what
of the day,
soured it, though. That's what.
at the end of the day,
that's what
what he
soured
did,
it.
you still
Stop
can't
dunking.
take it away. But that's just my opinion. But go ahead.
No. Your opinion is so valid, and I think that the fact that you're coming from a non-Raptor fan standpoint is huge as well. Because are we all Raptor fans here?
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
Raptors fan. I think another point I think to add to support that is, you look at the Vince Carter effect, which I'm sure you
Yeah,
guys
oh, yeah.
have watched, and
Yeah.
all
Which
the,
I don't fully buy a lot of it. There's a lot of it I'm like, yeah.
But
yes.
the main theme of that is all the Toronto-based players who are coming up now grew up loving basketball because of Vince in the early
Sure,
90s.
That's
right?
fact.
That's
That is
fact.
fact.
That's me,
So
man.
we
That's
wouldn't
facts.
be
That's
looking
me
any.
too.
we
So
wouldn't
so
be
the
looking
question
at
is to you guys then, what do you equate to be the greatest of a franchise?
Well,
What do you look at?
so-
The question first is, what did Vince?
Like where does he rank? That's what the
What
question
did
was.
Vince actually do for? It's hard to ask this after everything we just said, but what did he do for the team? Like playoff runs. He had some game winners for sure. What was the regular season like? So when you compare him to Bosch, Lowry, all these guys, Bosch, like you said, Bosch probably did more for our team on the court than Vince on the court.
culturally is where his impact.
Man.
Right.
I'm
That's like an
telling-
Iverson.
I'm telling
type
you
of thing.
guys, if you really like, this year is an odd year for the Raptors. We've been winning for a while now. man.
Yeah, we're not used to this mediocrity anymore. It's
man.
very
We've been,
worrisome.
since Bosch days, Garbajosa, Bargnani, TJ Ford. We've been winning for a while,
We
man.
didn't say the Vince days though.
But
Was
then
it
you
the-
gotta dive deeper into what were those rosters. That's what I look at.
They were always trash. Even Vince had a trash roster.
So Vince was still taking those teams to the level he was. That's what I look at. You know what I mean?
I won't disagree.
Man.
You had Steph
I won't
Curry's
disagree.
dad playing back then.
Yeah.
You had some good players, man.
Exactly.
I won't disagree. I will not disagree with that, man. It's tough. It's tough, man.
I'm sure if I take a check and look to see who was sustaining a winning record season after season after season, even though I'm emotional about Vince, there's a few other guys that have done that, man. I guarantee in 2010s, Kyle Lowry is top 10 winningest players in the 2010s. Man.
Probably.
Kyle Lowry is a winner, man. Like,
Yo, we're number one in the last, I think, 8
5
years. Our
years,
winning
something.
percentage.
5 years or something.
Yeah,
like
our
that.
winning-
Yeah.
It's
the
a
best in the
5-year
NBA.
yes, man.
Regular
So,
season record, I think
yes,
it was.
so-
between
Yeah.
You know, as a Raptor fan, as a, Vince was iconic and stuff. Like, I definitely,
That's the
I
word.
take
Icon.
yeah.
I take stats and all that stuff into account. So it's not even me just, And the real debate is if Kawhi is above him For
No,
real.
I don't even.
can't.
I don't even.
That's the real debate.
If it's a debate,
That's another
That's the real
conversation.
debate,
it is
man.
another
That's the
conversation, but
real
it's not
debate.
much of a
You can't-
conversation.
you
You know,
can't
I'm not
play
going to
one
give it
year.
to him 1 year.
You
I'm
can't
not.
play
No.
one
Right,
I'm
right,
sorry,
right.
championship or not.
It's
No.
like
I
a
agree.
rent-a-cop situation.
I agree. I agree with that.
You can't play 1 year.
I strongly believe, like I said, like when we look at impact, Kawhi definitely has impact, but you can't even bring him up into the conversation.
Yeah.
I don't think so. You know, but I think, like you said, even Bosch gets overlooked a lot.
He does as a Raptor.
People don't even talk about
Yeah.
Bosch.
Yeah, 2010. 20 and 10.
Man,
Because
we're
the
talking
teams were pretty
for like-
average here most of his time when he was here, right?
That's true.
Banyani was one of his sidekicks.
That's
so
nice.
Yeah,
sure.
but man, we were still one of the top 5 teams
Yeah.
in the East.
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah.
playoffs every year.
Yeah,
I mean,
winning
first,
the series here.
second round, first round, whatever, you know.
So ultimately, you guys are basically saying you're gonna
We're saying he's
Yes.
not number one.
not number
not
one,
number one.
not
That's
number
what we're
one.
saying.
So we'll just leave it at that.